From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday, February 24th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join our team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join our team.
I'm Paul Egan reporting for the Detroit Free Press, a group that backed November ballot proposals to legalize pot sales in 18 Michigan communities has not disclosed who paid its bills. That's a violation of state law. It's also a big concern in Port Huron, Belleville, and Pinckney. Those are the three communities where the group's proposed ordinances actually got on the ballot and were passed by voters. The measures largely took control over marijuana licenses out of the hands of elected officials. It's suspected those who bankrolled the measures were likely the same people who had their license applications ready to file as soon as the measures passed. Sam Pernick of Royal Oak, a Democratic consultant who is the treasurer and public face of the group, said he expects to file overdue campaign finance reports by the end of this week.
For the Detroit Free Press, I'm Eric D. Lawrence. The principal chief of the Cherokee Nation thinks it's time for Jeep to stop using the name of his tribe for its SUVs. Chuck Hoskin Jr. says Jeep should find another name for the Cherokee and Grand Cherokee. The Cherokee name, he says, is part of his people's identity. Hoskin tells the Free Press that, quote, "Our proud name should not be a corporate marketing tool. In 2021, it seems wholly inappropriate for a corporation to continue to make a profit off our identity," end quote. Hoskin opened up about the topic when a car and driver reporter asked him about it recently. That prompted a video meeting with representatives of Stellantis, Jeep's parent company, but no commitments on the name. The company says its vehicle names are chosen to honor and celebrate Native Americans, but Hoskin says that's not the way to honor his people. Instead, Americans would be better served by having a richer understanding of Cherokee culture and history. Jeep has used the Cherokee name for decades, but other names with long histories have been changed because they were considered offensive to some Native Americans. For example, the names of the Major League Baseball team in Cleveland and the National Football League team in Washington are both now being changed.
This is Phoebe Wall-Howard, an automotive reporter at the Detroit Free Press. He did it again. Ford CEO Jim Farley raced his 1978 Lola T298 to victory, taking first in class and fourth overall at the Sebring Speed Tour in Florida over the weekend. He also made the podium, racing his 1966 Cobra. Farley reached 150 miles per hour in his Lola, 140 miles per hour in his Cobra. Sebring is a 17-turn, 3.74-mile airport course. The track trained bomber pilots during World War II and later was turned into a race course. Analysts say they find it refreshing that Farley is racing and representing Ford Motor Company. It's in fact how the founder, Henry Ford, began the auto company. He raced on October 10, 1901 in Grosse Pointe at a horse racing track to woo investors. And the rest, after he won, is history.
I'm Kirkland Crawford with the Free Press Sports Department, reveling in the sun and fun of Tigers spring training. Okay, so I'm not in Florida, but Jeff Seidel and Evan Petzel and Kurt Mondozier are, and so too is A.J. Hinch. The new Tigers manager is breaking camp with 26 players late next month, but the buzz around the team hovers over the prospects that we won't necessarily see at Comerica Park anytime soon. But Hinch is trying to manage them too, a task that may be just as important at this stage of the rebuild. Here is his message to the likes of Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson.
There's a great buzz about younger players earlier and earlier in their career, and specifically on teams that are trying to reform an identity, but they got to play well, and we're going to put a program in place for both of them. They're linked together. It's like I hear this all the time. Green and Torkelson. I hear all the time. Skubal, Manning and Mize. The reality is they're individuals, and we need to cater to that both from an arrival standpoint of how they move through the minor leagues, but also from a development standpoint. They're different. So I'm proud of them. They're handling it well. Great personalities. But they're my first time around these guys. They're different. You got to coach them a little differently because of their personalities. But the talent is real. Now we got to cultivate it.
For more stories from the Detroit Free Press, be sure to check out freep.com. That's FREEP.com. If you're a fan and want to support our quality local journalism, subscribe. Go to freep.com/special offer.